Rigger safety interview questions and answers. What is the responsibilities of a rigger? A rigger is a person who specializes in the lifting and moving of extremely large or heavy objects, often with the assistance of a crane or derrick or chain hoists, chain fall. What is bull rigging? Bull rigging is a method or system of rigging commonly used where more conventional means of load handling, such as mobile or overhead cranes, cannot gain access. Think tight-quartered plant environments. From equipment to applications to concepts, get the bull rigging basics and then some from this webinar. What is basic rigging and slinging? Rigging, the process of lifting and moving heavy loads with ropes, chains, and mechanical devices. 2. Sling, a loop of material that connects the load to the lifting device. Slings can be made of chain, wire, metal mesh, natural, and synthetic materials. What is dogging and rigging? Dogging and rigging. Dogmen and riggers have distinct roles when it comes to crane lifts. Dogmen apply slinging techniques for the purposes of lifting a load. This includes directing the operator of a crane or hoist in the movement of the load. What is a dogman rigger? A licensed dogman can select and inspect lifting gear, sling loads per trained techniques, direct a crane or hoist operator in the movement of loads. What is lifting and rigging? Rigging is both a noun, the equipment, and verb, the action of designing and installing the equipment, in the preparation to move objects. A team of riggers design and install the lifting or rolling equipment needed to raise, roll, slide or lift objects such as with a crane or block and tackle. What is the difference between SWL and WLL? Working load limit, WLL, is the maximum working load specified by the manufacturer. This load represents a mass or force that is much less than that required to make the lifting equipment fail or yield, known as the minimum braking load, MBL. SWL or WLL are calculated by dividing the MBL by a safety factor, SF. What are the 4 major causes of crane accidents? Oshaw's analysis of crane accidents identified the major causes of crane accidents as boom or crane contact with energized power lines, nearly 45% of the cases. Under the hook lifting device. Overturned cranes. Dropped loads. Boom collapse. Crushing by the counterweight. Outrigger use, falls and rigging failures. What can a basic rigger do? Rigger licenses. Rigging work involves the use of mechanical load shifting equipment and associated gear to move, place or secure a load, including plant, equipment or members of a structure to ensure the stability of those members. It also includes the setting up or dismantling of cranes or hoists. What affects the amount of weight a crane can lift? The maximum load that the crane can lift is 18 metric tons, 39,690 pounds, but the crane cannot lift that much weight if the load is positioned at the end of the jib. The closer the load is positioned to the mast, the more weight the crane can lift safely. The 300-ton meter rating tells you the relationship. What is the definition of a suspended load? Anything that is lifted above ground is considered a suspended load. You'll find such loads on riggings, slings, pallets, and various pieces of equipment. The larger weight and size of the material lifted, the more hazardous the job and its surrounding areas become. How do tower cranes stay balanced? Most of the crane is able to do this by using counterweight technique. Basically, a tower crane has a large load on the other side of the crane. It keeps it balanced like a scale. On most of the common construction ones, it can move back and forth to make the effect of the counterweight more or less significant. What qualifications do you need to be a rigger? Experience, practical skills through real-life rigging work must be gained in order to become a competent rigger. Qualification, in order to work as a rigger, most companies require that you hold the NRC or NELC rigging qualification. Until that point, you will need to work as a trainee under supervision. What is a qualified rigger? It is also possible that one could be certified yet not be qualified for a particular load. According to OSHA, a qualified rigger is defined as person holds a degree, certificate or professional standing, or person has extensive knowledge, training and experience, and person can successfully demonstrate their ability. What does a rigger do? Heavy construction riggers also work with cranes, and are responsible for setting up all the pulleys and cable systems that are used to move large and heavy objects. They must communicate with crane operators to guide them in moving objects and depositing them in the correct location. What is the difference between SWL and WLL? Working load limit, WLL, is the maximum working load specified by the manufacturer. This load represents a mass or force that is much less than that required to make the lifting equipment fail or yield, known as the minimum breaking load, MBL. SWL or WLL are calculated by dividing the MBL by a safety factor, SF. Jan 21, 2016. What does WLL mean in rigging? Working load limit. WLL is the abbreviation for working load limit. It means the maximum allowable load that a piece of rigging equipment can safely lift. It is also sometimes called rated load or rated capacity. What does SWL mean? Safe working load. Safe working load, SWL, sometimes stated as the normal working load, NWL, is the maximum safe force that a piece of lifting equipment, lifting device or accessory can exert to lift, suspend, or lower a given mass without fear of breaking. What is rigging and lifting? Rigging is the equipment such as wire rope, turnbuckles, clevis, jacks used with cranes and other lifting equipment in material handling and structure relocation. Rigging systems commonly include shackles, master links and slings. Also, lifting bags in underwater lifting.
Please give comment and suggestions.
Thank you.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank for visit our channel. See you next class.
Thank you.